So today we are going to be looking at the hand. I'll go straight into it. I'll create a cylinder on my perspective over there, and then I'll reduce the number of segments to 8, and cup segments just put them to 0, and then I'll rotate this along the x-axis about 90 degrees right there, and let me look at it from this view. Okay, so I'm having it over here and along the y-axis about 90 degrees over there, so that it faces that way. Now, yeah, so actually the y-axis, the x, let's leave it at 90, y minus 90, so that it faces up. Okay, so once I have it over there, just reduce the radius. I'm checking it in the front view for now. Just middle mouse, reduce the radius over there, and just somewhere there. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm going to come and make sure it fits on this view, the top view over here. We just make sure that it goes in there. Somewhere there is fine. Okay, so now that we have it there, I think all I need to do now is maybe hide my shirt. Just hide the shirt and just have this. So it's just a simple, very simple basic hand that we're going to do. So in this series, it's a very, very simple character. So from there, let's just come to faces and get rid of this face back here. Okay, and then I just come in and work with my vertices. So I just bring this one all the way up to a point there, just the beginning of my thumb over there, and I check on it on this view. Yes, scale it down somewhere there. That is fine, and here as well, slightly, but take it back slightly somewhere there. Okay, so let me add some edge loops. Let me insert some edge loops. So it's maybe one somewhere there, one somewhere there. Now for deformation purposes, we're going to add once we are through working on it. So then here I can tell I need quite a number, maybe one somewhere there, and okay, so that is good enough. And then I come to this view and use my vertices, and I'll use scale. Just scale the mean along the y-axis over there, somewhere there, and there we are. This one needs to come all the way here, and I can see some of them I just need to just pull these up a bit, and this one. Now let me hit on 3 just to smooth it so that I can see it's subdivided over there. So I only work on this view, then I'll switch and work on the top view. Okay, so this one clearly needs to move somewhere there. Okay, so this one down and somewhere there. So I think that is fine. It's just blocked it out, and then on this view again we come in and block it out on this view. So I just come in, and these two here, I think along the x-axis over there. Okay, so like this one now, this needs to come in. This one I can tell needs to be somewhere there. Just continue working with it. Okay, so roughly we have that. roughly. So here I need like 2 more just to get that going. So roughly that's what we're having. Okay, so let me check on it on the perspective. Yeah, that is fine. So here I think I better add a few more, like 2 over there. Let me add 1 over here and 1 over here for deformation purposes. You need more, especially on the joint areas. So there we are. Come in here, and this now gives us a better feel over there, although it will help very much when it comes to deformations. So there we are. Okay, so now, and on this view also, remember to come in and play around with it. All right, so now there it fits nicely. So all we need to do is now work on this area here where we extrude that area. So what I'll do is come to face, and let me go back to 1 over there, and then I start extruding. So I'll extrude severally over here. Hold shift and extrude up to a point there, beginning of the thumb, then extrude all the way somewhere there to where the thumb is supposed to be ending over there. Then we are going to extrude it later along that. So just come to vertex, and again just play around with it, and here let me just do that, and this one I leave it that way. Let me come to the top and see what I need to do here. I need to maybe extrude these ones, just this one as is. I need to do an extrusion. So I'll come to face, pick these faces, and hold shift and pick these faces, and all I need to do is extrude that. So control E, and I'll pull it along the Z axis over here. Okay, something like that. Okay, somewhere there, and I'll scale it in a bit, slightly down, somewhere there. So let me use this view to just play around with it. So I'll come use scale and scale it in over there, and pick each one of them, like these two here. Hold shift and do that. I'm using the Z axis or the Y axis, or sorry, X, to make sure it's straight over there. And this one over here, again we just straighten it like that. And now you can see here we need to work on this area. So I pick this vertex and this vertex, and I just do that. All right, and then I pick these and this, and I do a bit of that, so that it comes and kind of flattens over there. So I could pick all these, in fact. I could pick all this somewhere there and do a bit of that. Okay, and these ones as well, and do a bit of that. And here I could connect these two, pick these and this, edit mesh, and once I'm in edit mesh mode, I could decide to just connect those two right there. I've connected them. So now I have these ones over here. Okay, and this one needs to connect to this one here, so right down here, so that I have 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers. So all I need to do is come over here under mesh tools, and then just cut from there to somewhere there and hit enter, so that I have all this. Okay, so I have 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So I have 4 of those. Now that I have 4 of those, I can easily bring this one somewhere there. Okay, now I can extrude this one going forward. Now let me just extrude it. Pick all these faces in front here, just and extrude them. Control E, and let me use this and just extrude that and bring it to maybe somewhere there, like that. And once I bring it there, I need to check on it on this view on the front. There we are. We'll come tweak it, no worries. And once we are there, I think let me come to this view here and start working on it. Like this one needs to move that way, and this one needs to move that way, somewhere there. So let me hit 3, and once I hit 3, that's what I'm having. So the whole of this needs to move back a bit, okay, slightly. And this one, you can tell we need to tweak it somehow. This one here, okay. And on the top view, it's fine. So I could pick all this and just bring them back to where the thumb is beginning, somewhere there, beginning of the thumb there. All right, so that is what we're having so far. And we come tweak it some more here, tweak it some more. Very good. Straighten this. Oops, here I need to select all of them. Yeah. Okay, so now that we have that, this area here, this one here, the thumb area, let's just push these ones somewhere there, and these ones, bring them in a bit, somewhere there, and this one somewhere here. So these I need to extrude. I need to extrude this. Okay, so I come over here and I pick this face and this face. Actually this face and the one below it. Those two, the ones I need to extrude. So I need one and make sure that that is extruded. Now, as I decide to extrude this, I can see here my thumb does not need to start all the way there. So I need to cut these across, all right? So between these and this, just cut across so that we come to vertex. And then I can come here, multi-cut, and pick from here all the way to there. I can hit enter so that I have that. Here I'm seeing these two overlapping, which is not a very good idea. All right. Okay, so let me stop tweaking too much. So there we are. So I have cut that, and this one here. So now that I have that, now I have two triangles over here. I could easily just cut something in the middle, so I hold shift so that I cut the middle of those edges. There we are. That is fine. Coming up here, we could essentially do the same. Cut all the way there, just hit enter. Play around with these ones here. Okay, let me hit 3, yes. Just tweak these a little bit. And so far, that's what we're having. All right. So now that we have this, now let's just extrude our thumb from here. So now that I'm there, I can pick this face and this face, all right, and extrude them. Control E, and extrude it along this view. And once I do that, that is what I get. All right. So I could use this and scale it in a bit, somewhere is fine, and I could play around with it and just maybe there. So at this point, since we're having that, I could easily now come into vertex and first of all just create a diamond shape. Create some diamond shape over here. So pick this and this, leave the one in the middle, and then just do that because I needed to round it off a bit like that, so that when I smooth, now that's what you're getting. All right, something like that. So let's first of all get this way there and this, and we extrude that. It's Control E, and then I extrude that, and then we will need to tweak it now from these views over here. So with that, I come over here and maybe just let me hold this Let me use that and just bring it all the way to somewhere there. But on this view here, we can see it needs to come down a bit somewhere there. Okay, so what we are having is, well, a very big thumb like thing, and we have to come and tweak it and work on it nicely because it has to fit this and that. So let me hit that over there, and with this one over here I need to make it smaller, make it smaller like that. It goes towards the edge over there, it needs to be smaller. Here we need to pull a few edges down, and as you can see, all this needs to go in, there, and yeah, that's okay, it's actually in over there. But down here, as you can see, down here, we need to pull it even more, slightly, actually from somewhere here. So let's avoid tweaking too much for now. Let's just get the basic shape. But I could pick those two and pull them down a bit, like that, and pull it down. And these ones here, I think this vertex and that vertex over here, and bring them down a little bit more, not so much. And then let me insert some edge loops, just some edge loops, then I refine this. So hit on one, insert a few edge loops, and we see what happens from there. So mesh tools, insert an edge loop somewhere there. All right, so as I start with one over there, okay, come over here, and this one needs a bit of work. As you can see, this face over there, I need another edge loop somewhere around here. Oops. Let me go to one there, then bring something somewhere around there, so that these faces now, this face and this face become even smaller. I'm just going to make them even tinier so that they round off towards the end over there, like that. And the ones in the middle now, the edges over here, and I smooth now. Could come in here, make it way small, a bit smaller, then turn it towards the inside. Start rotating this thing. You see, just rotate it a bit, and these ones as well. Okay, and this, the final one here. Okay, with this piece, I need to select these vertices and rotate it as well. Yeah, something like that. Very good. It faces that direction. And this one here also, I think I better make it face that direction, so that now what we are having is that, right? Okay, so we will tweak that later, including up here, but for now let me play around with the fingers over here. So maybe pick this and this here and extrude, Control E. Now just pull it out a bit and come to vertex. And once I come to vertex, what I do is I'll come in and pick these ones. I've hit one just to get it out of the subdivided mode, and then once I have that, I could do that. Okay, so that I have that diamond shape, and I pick these and this and extrude. And before I extrude, I need to come in here and just make sure I shape this. But I think, let me just extrude first. Control E, and I just extrude that, just something like that. Okay, so now once I have that, I pick, I'll do that for all the other fingers, make this and this, and I scale it down like that. So I come to I need to come in and arrange these ones nicely, because if I come over here, notice this needs to be somewhere there. You come over here, you just move entirely over there, you move over there, and this one comes somewhere there. Okay, so that's what we're having for now. This guy moves there, this one moves there, and this one goes there, and you go from somewhere there, so that the rest of it, now we can, and we hit on 3, yes, somewhere there. So now that we know exactly where these fingers are coming from, now we can play around with them. So like this one, as you can see already, we are somewhere. Okay, so this one we'll need to add an edge loop somewhere there, although later on we'll add several because of deformations. So insert an edge loop somewhere around close enough to the end over there, and one over here, like that. So that now you notice these now starts to work nicely. Okay, so what we're having is that real simple. We round it off by pulling some of these down. If you find it's a bit too flat, you can easily just pick some of these to there and just bring it down. When we are tweaking, we can easily get that going. All right. Okay, even up here we could do the same, but let me just pull these out first. So I pick these and this, and I extrude that as well. Okay, and then come to vertex, and these and this, and that and that. Okay, and then I just scale it in like so. Then I come here and do the same again. Okay, extrude that, just pull that out, and this one as well, extrude that and just pull that out as well. And now the diamond shape. Okay, it's really not a diamond shape, but okay, so now we have that. All I need to do is pick on these faces and extrude them. Well, okay, then just extrude. Come to the top view over here and just extrude them. Control E, and I know they're going to go in different weird directions, but not to worry. We'll just come in and bring them back. Okay, so this one comes there and come to vertex. This one comes somewhere there, and I'm gonna rotate it this way. Then I pick the whole of this and it comes over there. Rotate it that way. So pick all these vertices the same again. I think this one should even be lower over there, and then I straighten them like that, and this one looks like it needs to even scale down, same as this. So, and I rotate it to face that direction. So this one looks like it's broken, so yeah, we have that. Now that we have that, how's about we just hit on 3, just have everything like that, and here we can tell that this needs to move somewhere there. Okay, we just tweak all this. This one moves in. Let me insert some edge loops, like 3, and yeah, around 3 over there. Okay, so insert an edge loop maybe somewhere around there and somewhere around there. So edge loop, edge loop, edge loop, edge loop. We're going to move them. Then we hit on 3, and yes, now all we need to do is tweak this thing until we're happy. Okay, so this one goes there, roughly somewhere there. This one, you want it more rounded at the beginning, just bring it in a bit, and this one goes in somewhere. Okay. And this one I can see needs to move there, and I can tell this needs to move up somewhere. Okay, and down here, somewhere. So same with this. I think this needs to come in somewhere, and this one needs to move somewhere. Okay, so does this one, and I think this one moved it too much on the inside, and this moves somewhere there. Okay, so roughly we have a very simple hand over there. Roughly over there, we may need to move a few things around. Let me come to my edges over here. Okay, so maybe move this down a bit. So you could now start to tweak the whole thing now. But so far I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there so you can do some tweaking and just have fun with it. And oh, and up here, sorry, this one here. So we may need to move a few edges, like this one here needs to be rounded off a bit. Okay, this one goes up a bit. Okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, so with a bit of tweaking, we already have a very simple basic hand. The topology is not the best, but for just beginning, I think this would suffice. All right, so let me unhide my shirt and see whether it's fitting. So I hit H, and there we are. So I have my hand over there, and I can flip this in the opposite direction. So I can come in here and decide to flip it along the x-axis. So oh, and here remember to kind of bring your fingers down right there. Just remember to bring all your fingers, you see there, from there you could easily come here and just start to rotate them down a bit, as you can see, just somewhere there. And here you'll come and just pick some of these up and just have the hand working nicely. So I'll go to the next level of vertices, including my pinky over there. I hope I didn't miss anything. So there we are, and rotate them down a bit, something like that, and then just slightly over there. Okay, according to our reference, just tweak it around. There we are. Well, that's it. So all I need to do now is just flip this, duplicate special, and normally you'll find it like that. So just come here to the x-axis, because that's what we are going to, the negative x. Just put minus over here and duplicate special. All right, and let's see. Oh, so we are moving along the y. This is the y, as you can see. It's not the x, it's the y, according to the way we rotated our hand. So the duplicate special, and remove that. It's x, y over here, depending on how we rotated our hand. Duplicate special, and there is our hand now. So we just come over here. Do we have it somewhere there? Okay, so there we are. That's Very simple character. Okay, so I'll leave it at that. Then you keep on practicing and tweaking, and you're going to get better at it. Thank you very much.